Elena never meant for it to feel like this. The rain had begun to fall just as they reached the cabin, not heavy, just enough to turn silence into something deeper. She stood on the porch, arms wrapped around herself, watching the trees sway in the dusk. Behind her, the fireplace crackled, warm and familiar, like Jordan. He'd been her best friend since college, reliable, gentle, the kind of man who built cabins with his own hands and made sure you always had hot coffee in the morning. A man who never made your heart race, but always made you feel safe. Marc was different. He leaned against the railing beside her, a beer bottle loose in his hand, leather jacket still clinging to the shape of his body. He was Jordan's army buddy, the one with the smirk, the tired eyes, and the kind of presence that made silence feel like tension instead of peace. From the moment she'd met him 2 months ago, something in her had shifted. She tried to ignore it, hide it behind polite conversation and group laughter, but the more she tried not to feel it, the more it bloomed, dark and dangerous, like something forbidden but inevitable. Inside the cabin, Jordan was making dinner, humming to himself. He was all warmth, all goodness. And Marc was watching her with those eyes again, like he could see the thought she hadn't dared to admit even to herself. She sat next to Marc on the couch. There was enough space to sit elsewhere. She didn't need to choose that seat, but she did. "You and Jordan ever?" Marc asked, voice low, eyes straight ahead. She shook her head slowly. "We're just comfortable." He turned to her, the air thick between them. "And what are you and I?" She couldn't speak. She didn't have the words, because whatever this was, it wasn't safe. It wasn't comfortable, but it was alive. That night, the power went out. Candles were lit. Shadows danced across wood-paneled walls. Jordan brought out whiskey for warmth, but there was already a slow burn spreading in her chest, something she didn't want to name. They all ended up in front of the fire, blankets, laughter, quiet conversation. And then, as the night wore on, the quiet deepened. Jordan leaned back, eventually drifting to sleep. Marc's hand found hers beneath the blanket. Just a brush, a single electric moment. Her breath caught. She didn't pull away. Hours passed in silence, with only the storm outside and the fire's slow crackle inside. When Jordan was fully asleep, Marc whispered, "He loves you." "I know," she replied. "And you?" "I love him like I love the sun," she said. "Safe, steady. But you're the storm." He didn't ask for permission. He didn't need to. His lips found hers, gentle but hungry, like a man who'd waited too long. And she let him, just once, just long enough to know what it felt like. Then she pulled back, tears already gathering in her eyes. "I shouldn't," she said, "but you want to." In the morning, no one said anything. Jordan made coffee, smiling, kind as ever. He didn't ask questions. He didn't need to. The way Marc avoided looking at her said enough. The way she lingered just a second longer near Marc's shoulder said everything. They drove back in silence. Elena in the passenger seat, Jordan at the wheel, Marc in the back seat again, just like before. But everything was different now. Something had happened between them that couldn't be undone. And as the wind moved through the trees outside, she closed her eyes and let one single, dangerous thought echo in her chest. "I kissed the wrong man. Or maybe I kissed the right one at the wrong time." And she knew, no matter how safe the sunlight felt, her heart would always remember the storm.